Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and sending peace and blessings upon our dear beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Badawy. Welcome to our third video exploring the 5 pillars of Islam by relay. Here we are with our second pillar, the pillar of Salah, which is prayer. And linguistically, the word Salah comes from the word Sila, which means connection, to connect. And they understood this word to mean dua or supplication, to ask God for things. And Islam came to teach us that connecting with Allah is not just about asking Him for things, it's about ritualistically obeying Him. He's our master and our creator, and He commanded the bare minimum for us to connect with Him on a daily basis is to offer these 5 daily ritualistic prayers as taught to us by our dear beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So Islam came and taught the Muslims, taught us through this revelation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obligated upon us to pray these 5 prayers in the day and the night. And they are the Fajr prayer, followed by the Dhuhr prayer, then the Asr prayer, then Maghrib, and then ending with Isha. We will explore all 5 of them in another video, how to do them, their timings, and the specific details. But the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us generally about the prayer, بَيْنَ الرَّجُلِ وَالْشِرْكِ أَوْ الْكُفْرِ تَرْكُ الصَّلَاةِ. The difference between a man and disbelief, the differentiating factor between a man and disbelief, the differentiating action is this prayer. So we learned in the other video that to enter Islam is to say this testimony of faith. The belief is in the testimony, but the action, the first fundamental action of being a Muslim is to offer these 5 daily prayers. In another hadith, he taught us that whoever is observant of these 5 daily prayers is especially careful regarding their timings, regarding the ritualistic purity, the wudu that we will also explore before performing these prayers, and is careful over each action, trying to perfect it, trying to make sure they are focused in it sincerely, then that person has a fast lane to paradise. That person will be fast-tracked to paradise on the Day of Judgment. All their other shortcomings will be overlooked, which is what he explicitly stated in another hadith, where he said the first thing to be taken to account on the Day of Judgment, when all human beings will be gathered and presented before God for judgment, he said the first question that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask each human being, the first ritual that He will question them about is the prayer. And if it goes well, if they were observant, if they were careful, if they were sincere in upholding these 5 daily prayers, then the rest of the account will go smooth. Meaning God will overlook the shortcomings, will make amends for the actions that were not done properly because they were observant of their prayer. And the converse is also true, that someone who was not observant, was not sincere, was not careful regarding the timings, then they will fail with that questioning, and everything that comes after will be worse. He told the companions in another hadith that if your house was at the banks of a river and you had the access to take a shower in it, to take a bath in it 5 times a day, would there be any grime or dust remaining on your skin? And they said, of course not. So he said that is the example of the 5 daily prayers. They cleanse you of sin in the same fashion if someone were to take 5 baths a day. And in our modern days, I would like for us to consider if you were in the middle of a forest somewhere and you only had 1 bar. You would not feel very comfortable. You would feel insecure that your ability to connect to others in this unsafe, uncertain environment is jeopardized. Likewise, this is us through life. We are constantly in an unsafe environment. We are constantly in need of our Creator, and it is not safe to go on a long journey where you have many needs, where you have many worries, where you need a strong connection and you only have 1 bar. You need all 5 of them. So this is the Muslim's attitude towards prayer. We will delve into each one specifically so that we can be observant of our prayer, so we can maximize these benefits. And there's so much more and so many other hadith. I encourage you to look them up about the benefits and the rewards of going to prayer, of observing prayer on time, of praying in certain times. It is such a fundamental action of our faith. It is something that we were obligated to do a minimum of 5 times a day, but we're offered the options to do as many times as we would like to earn the favor of our Creator and to connect in a meaningful fashion.